Okay, so hey guys, welcome back to part 2 of the layout update, where I'm going to be starting it with something a bit different. As you can see here, we've got an American locomotive. It's a Burlington Northern locomotive. It's, according to this website here, which is called rrpicturearchives.net, it is a EMD GP38-2. This locomotive was a project that I started back when I started this project when I first started building my layout last September. And basically, I bought this locomotive when I first got my starter set when I was 8 years old, and it only ever ran for 2 days. I can't remember how much I got it for. I think it was about 15 quid or something. But basically, it only ran for 2 days, and then it packed in, and I just left it. But when I started building my layout, I decided to try and get it up and running again. Back then, well, last September anyway, the furthest I got was renovating the body, so getting all the dust off it and painting the handrails alongside black. And that's literally as far as I got, because I didn't have any mechanical know-how of how it worked whatsoever. So anyway, I did some research on what it actually was, because I wanted to know what I was fixing, and I came across the RR Pictures website, and I only ever found one photo of the actual locomotive that was any good. There it is, this one here, in the far left of the picture. So this one here, this is Burlington Northern 2098, in some place in America. I've got a clue where. Looks like some kind of Burlington Northern locomotive depot. But anyway, once I'd done some research, I decided to take on the task of getting the motor up and running. The problem was, it was burning out all the time. Like, literally there was smoke coming out of the motor when I was running it. So I stripped it down completely to its bare mechanical components. And when I was doing that, just get the folder up, I made this quite complicated looking drawing of where all the pieces went and how it went together. Don't worry, this isn't my best artwork. I can draw better than this, don't worry. And yeah, basically I stripped it all down to its bare components. I cleaned the flywheel, cleaned the axles, bogies, and the contacts. Stretched the springs in the motor. Cleaned all the carbon little brushes. Cleaned all the little carbon brushes in the motor, and stretched the springs on it as well. And now, if I just switch on the test track, you will be able to see that it runs, fingers crossed if it works on here, there we are, runs perfectly. I had this test track hooked up all the time when I was working on the locomotive, so I didn't have to take it over to the layout all the time. I could just have it hooked up on the desk, just under analog control. As you can see, I've got it all hooked up to one of my old Hornby DC controllers from before I got my HM2000. But yeah, I guess now I'll have to try and get some American rolling stock to go behind it, because obviously it's on these types of coupling, these American style couplers, and they won't hook up to the tension locks. So yeah, that's my GP38-2 in Burlington Northern livery. Also, going back to the layout now, I put the woodland zinc scatter down in this area between the track and the garage. I want to get some security fencing to run along the side of the road here. But yeah, after seeing what it's done here and on the hill, I'm wanting to use the woodland zinc scatter to go around, fill in this section of the scenery. So fill in this section of track here. And then one thing I'm thinking of doing is ripping up the grass in this section and replacing that with the woodland scenics. Because this grass here, I can't remember what make it is, but anyway, that grass, it's good. It's really brilliant for doing the small areas, like down this side of this wall and in the village green. But for bigger areas, where you want realism, I think the woodland scenic stuff is better. So yeah, I'm not going to do that for a while yet, because I want to make sure I can get round in there first. But yeah, that's the next bit of scenery I'm wanting to start doing. Also, you'll see in the gardens, you know that I made the garden here, but what I've now done, if I move these houses out of the way, is I've painted the driveways, just using grey paint. I've done one there, I've got a Land Rover on there, I've done two here, a Mini and a Jaguar. There's a Mini and a Jaguar on that one, and then there's one here, which has just got my old Sidley Hurricane on it. Well, I think that's what it's called anyway. Not really bothered if I got that wrong anyway, but yeah, I've just got this small cardboard house here that I made, just filling in this gap here. And basically what I'm wanting to do is get two more of the Hornby Scaledale terraced houses, just to go in here, and I think that'll set off this housing area quite well. I do still need to try and get some tall wooden garden fence to go along behind the gardens and separate them in half and all that. But yeah, that's the gardens. So yeah, you will remember that it was a factory in this section last update, but that was just so I could have something to look at in this bit area actually. But as you can see now, I'm going to go for the Hornby Scaledale terraced houses like I did in that section there. Also in this section I had a bit of room spare and I wanted to put something in, so I made this bush shelter. As you can see, it's made from matchsticks, and it's 10 matches high if you want to make one yourself. And it's painted in the brown colour that I showed you earlier, the Humbrol one that is. It's got a small bench in it made from an offcut of balsa wood from the old yard concreting. Makes a bench. It is tall enough to put a person in. I have tested it, but I haven't got anyone to put in it at the moment. And then, as you can see, the roof is just a flat. It's just a flat roof, and it's made of cardboard that's been painted black, but does need dulled down a bit because, as you can see, it's quite shiny. I also made this little bus. Can't pick it up properly. There we are. Little bus stop sign. I think that's quite good. I usually done it in the same method as I did for all the other road fence signs, like that one and this one, by just scaling them down to the right size on Microsoft Word, printing them off and then sticking them to these posts here, which I make out of offcuts from Airfix kits. If you'd like me to do a how-to video on how to make them, then I definitely would, because I think it's quite a good, cheap and easy method of making fences. No, fences, what am I talking about? Signs, sorry. So yeah, and then I've also just used this bit of balsa to go in here, and that's going to act as another bit of paving. But that means I do still need to get some grey paint mixed up to paint that and the ones in the station, which are still brown. So yeah, I think that's it for this update, guys. If you like what you see, then don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.